Hola, buenos dias, buenas tardes, a todo. Good evening, everyone. Wherever you are listening to this in the world, welcome to this week's episode of Malaga Insiders, the Malaga Club de Football podcast for all international Malaguistas. I'm Paul Hennihan, and I'm delighted to be back for my first appearance after the festive break. Tonight, we're joined by, first of all, my fellow Scotsman, Callum Gordon. Good evening, Callum. How are you doing, mate?
Evening, guys. How are we? Hello, everyone. I hope you are all well. And good to be back this week. Talk about Malaga.
Perfect. Thank you, Callum. And a surprise appearance from Mr. Chris Marquez, who wasn't going to be here, but has come out of his bed, not feeling too well. Join us. Good evening, Chris.
Of course, I wouldn't miss this.
Of course you would.
Put on some glasses to look even smarter than he already is.
You know what it is? I know what it is. You didn't feel comfortable leaving two Scotsmen on this podcast on their own. So you thought, you know what, I'm going to have to come on and make sure everything goes smoothly.
Not
at all. if I trust some people, it's the Scottish.
I was going to say as well, it was just myself and Callum that not to worry, because Chris was going to sort out the closed caption subtitles when this goes out anyway. So, but we'll be on our best behaviour and our most linguistic because Chris is here anyway. So
yeah, two Scotsmen and a Dutch guy. What can go wrong?
What can go wrong?
Possibly go wrong. Yes, exactly. Yes. So on this week's episode, we'll first of all be looking back at the weekend's victory away at Cordoba. And then we'll be picking up on the latest news and the results from this weekend for Atletico Malagueño and the Malaga Femenino teams. And then we'll be looking forward to this week's clash on Friday night at La Rosaleda, where we welcome Burgos. So, picking up on the first thing on the agenda tonight, Cordoba versus Malaga. At the Archangel on Sunday night, Malaga lined up with a very similar lineup that we've seen in the last couple of weeks. Alfonso Herrero in the goal. We had the back four of Rafita, Einar, Murillo, and Carlos Puga. In the midfield, four of Daniel Lorenzo, Izan Marino, Carlos Doctor, and David Larrubia. And then we played two up front. We had Chupe and Nino. Nino replacing Joaquin Munoz, who moved on to the bench. So, first of all, before we get into the match itself, guys, what were your thoughts on the lineup? Callum, you go first.
You want me to go? Yeah. In regard to the lineup, I felt that it was probably what we would be expecting. I was very happy to see that he went with two up front. I like the fact that he did change it depending on opponent. And I feel that although Cordoba probably had a bit more possession, I felt Malaga were really comfortable in the game. Defensively, very well structured. We look very good going forward. And I just feel that we were creating a lot more chances. And I just think the players have a lot more freedom within the Funes structure. And I was, as I say, with the lineup, it was something that I thought that I didn't expect up to go with two up front. But I was very happy to see that. I think that anytime you see like a positive formation like that, you can only, that they're trying to go forward, they're trying to score goals. And I was very happy when I seen two up front.
Chris, what were your thoughts on the lineup?
Interesting, exciting also a bit.
Yeah.
It's a different system, 4-4-2. We've seen it once before on the Funes. Yeah, you never know what to expect because Cordoba is a very, very strong side, and maybe this was to have the midfield more backwards.
Yeah.
And hoping to play on the counters. Maybe I think that's what the idea was.
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, I'll go into this later on, but I thought it was a good lineup. Surprising playing away from home with two up front. But the way it panned out, I thought we played. Chupe moved a wee bit to the left to free up Lorenzo, who was sort of playing on the left, but then got a bit more freedom to play in the middle as well, which looked good. But I've got a bit more on that later on. But yeah, it was the lineup I thought surprising, but in a good way. And
maybe with a defensive mind behind it than that's
yes.
what I think, at least.
Yeah, I think it was to nullify the threats from the wide areas for Cordoba.
Yeah.
And that worked perfectly. Yeah.
I've just been really impressed. Yeah, sorry, Paul. I've just been really impressed with the versatility of this team. I've just seen like sort of wee things within the game in the way that sort of, I don't know if it was just me, but I thought that I seen early in that first half that we actually looked like sometimes we went to a back three. It was like Moreno dropping in and going to a back three, and the full backs were pushing a bit further on. I've been just been maybe having my glasses on, but that's what I thought I seen. And I seen, which I was really impressed with as well. Whenever one of the centre backs was stepping out with the ball, Dottor dropping in. So you can just see there's a freedom, there's a fluidity within the system that, the players are comfortable playing in it. And it's very impressive, just to see the way that the players are manoeuvring, the freedom that it gives them to go, the attacking players to express themselves, but also keeping a really good defensive sort of structure within it as well. It's very good to see.
Absolutely, yeah. The first half was a bit frenetic, but then Malaga took the lead in the 30th minute. Good play down the right-hand side, and the ball broke forward for La Rubia, who took off like a train down that wing there, and got in front of the defender. Defender would have had to bring him down, and slotted it in the near post from the keeper. Now, I've got my thoughts on the keeper's position in there, but what are you guys thinking about the goal there?
I think the first mistake was of I don't know the name of the player, but of a Cordoba player who stepped in too late to get the ball. And La Rubia took great advantage. Then there was a second player who also got couldn't stop La Rubia. A great movement from La Rubia, and he shot it into the short corner, which I think shouldn't be impossible for a goalkeeper, isn't it?
Well, yeah, that was what I was alluding to there. I think the keeper gave him too much room there. The keeper should have been covering that near post and made La Rubia play it to the far post. If you're running on a keeper's got to cover that angle straight away. It's the first angle cover. But yeah,
and the strange thing is, it's not that he caught him by surprise. I mean,
no.
So he saw him coming from his own half.
Absolutely, yeah.
Do you know what I think it is as well? I think it's because La Rubia is left-footed, and the keeper I think he's already tried to make a move to his right-hand side, thinking that La Rubia is going to play it across him, try and curl it in. Yeah. And La Rubia just obviously been very smart. But in regard to the run into the box, the minute he gets in front of that defender, like you said, Paul, it's the defender's dead. He's either got to bring him down or leave him. So La Rubia, the fact that when he gets past, he makes sure he gets in front of him. Therefore, the defender is absolutely dead in the whole situation. Because, like you say, he's got to bring him down, and obviously it's a great finish. I just think that the goalkeeper, knowing that La Rubia is left-footed, he tried to take a set piece right early to cut off that curl around him, and La Rubia just the keeper's always going to be questioned the minute he's beat his near post. Do you know what I mean? And I just think that it's maybe a wee bit more the keeper trying to anticipate a left-footed player and what a left-footed player would usually do, which would be to go across him. But no, they being so direct and obviously getting across the defender, that's the most important thing. Because once you're obviously across the defender, and they showed great speed as well. Yes, for me, it was a great goal.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's key to it. That was key to it for me, that he got across that defender, got in front of him, and there's no place for the defender to go after that. There you go, Chris.
I also am going to say this is the way I go controversial probably on everything you guys will say, because that was the only moment for me in the match where I thought, wow, great. Maybe Nino's goal then, which got cancelled for being offside.
Absolutely.
I didn't see much, and I mean we didn't win since 2015, I believe, in Cordoba in El Carcel, but I it was, we were not nowhere. And if there's one thing I have to say about this match, we won because of our defense, which is like the wall of Berlin or the Chinese wall. You can't get through it. Amazing match from Einar, Izan,
Murillo.
Guido, Puga, amazing.
Yeah.
You've
You're right,
missed-
Chris. The whole back line was very impressive. I do agree. I just
You
think
missed the
that
main one.
yeah,
Rafita was outstanding.
Rafita
Rafita, outstanding. That guy isn't normal. He's inhuman.
Yeah.
He's a robot.
Yeah.
like I said last week as well, I think what's helping, like maybe what you're saying, Chris, is a valid point about maybe not looking great. But I think the positives we do need to take is I don't think that they overly like they didn't look like they weren't battered in the doors down. You know, being away to home, I do feel that we were comfortable within that 1-0. You know, 1-0 is always a sticky. You know, you could you know what I mean, Chris? I think it's just the fact that they look a lot more.
We got more lucky than anything this match because it was them attacking and we're not making mistakes at the back.
Yeah.
But previous games, we're losing that.
I mean, if you look to any championships who have been won, look at, I don't know, Arsenal this season, also not always looking great. Liverpool last season also had trouble in some matches. You need luck on your side, and you have to win the bad matches. So that's not saying it's rubbish or I don't believe in Funes. This was just a horrible match, which came down, which played out well on our side.
Yeah.
And that's what you need that matches.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I think in the first half, there wasn't too many. They didn't have too many chances in the first half. I can't remember them having a chance in the first half. And it was more a midfield, not a battle, but it was a bit frenetic. And I thought Malaga controlled it quite well without creating the chances.
Yeah.
Although just segueing into that, Chris, we only made that one chance in the first half. For me, it could have been so much different because when Nino went through, if he had realised he wasn't offside, he could have been away. The boy pulled him back. If he'd have gone down there, that boy was on a red card straight away because Nino was straight through. That was before the goal.
I also have to say, and that's another thing, I mean, Cordoba were left with one defender, and that was a right back. They had no center backs.
No.
In the second half. They played with all their attacking players as well. That's another thing. So it makes sense. But then, if you look at how the match played out, the 4-4-2 could have gone wrong there, because the moment you have to change Nino and Chupe because they were empty, you bring in Eiko, well, the guy misses space, and the ideal thing would have been to start with Chupe and then bring Nino in the 70th minute, because you would have scored 2 or 3 more easily.
Yeah, I suppose that's one way of looking at it. But I think with the lineup that we had, I thought that was, as you said earlier on, Chris, playing the 2 up front, but with what I said there, was Chupe was moving more to the left to allow Dani Lorenzo to come into the midfield. That was with an eye to be in that defensive solidity. If we'd played Munoz, that would have been, I think, a bit more forward thinking with one up front.
Yeah, maybe, but sometimes I don't know.
Yeah,
I think, sorry.
70th minute was there for the take, but then you missed the pace with Eneco.
Yes. Yeah.
Because there was a lot of space at the back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I just think that when you put Izan in that midfield role, it's basically just like another centre back. He's do you know what I mean? So he's given so much protection for that defence that it gives guys like Dani Lorenzo and Dottore a wee bit more freedom to for like we spoke about before, Paul. Just that it's like a more of a free role. I just think that he's like a perfect anchor in that midfield. Because obviously he can play centre back. He's not looking to go forward. He just marshals that sort of that deep line role, that sort of quarterback position in our midfield, and it lets the other guys do what they want. So they're not really having to think about too much defensively. They still do their defensive work, but I just think that any win away from home is it's they're hard come by, and I just think that under Perisic, Malaga didn't win that. Do you know what I mean?
No.
I think that there's definitely like improvements under Perisic. You're maybe lucky to get a draw there, because I can guarantee you that there's we leak goals through whatever reason. I just think that Funes has brought a totally different mentality to this team, and we're now getting results away from home, whether we're playing amazing or not. And like you say, Chris, sometimes you do have to ride your luck, but sometimes in the past we weren't getting that luck, but now we're getting the luck. And,
but I also think
that's
something you have to take.
Yeah,
you have to make your own luck, and I think that's what we're doing. I think that's what you're alluding to, Chris. Is it's not all about maybe playing amazing something, but if you can play not well but still win the game, then I know what I do know. I think that's what you're trying to say, and I do agree. I'll take games like that and win games than
I mean, every team has
a heartbreaker. Yes.
Barcelona has them. Real Madrid has them.
Yes, correct.
I was watching Betis the other night. No, was it? Espanyol versus Girona.
Yes.
And Espanyol was dreadful.
Yep.
And they've been playing quite well as well, Espanyol.
They have been. I was very surprised at that.
Girona are on their way back up now, aren't they? After they've won 4 or 5
matches, and that was eventually will make the difference between going to playoffs or not going to playoffs.
Yeah,
but that's what happens when you've got a team who's like, we're now a confident team. We can go anywhere. This team knows or feels that they can go anywhere and win games, home or away. And it wasn't like that before. This is what I'm trying to say. There's a big shift in mentality here. And I don't think Funes is maybe getting the credit that he deserves when it comes to like what he's done in such a short space of time. It's no an easy thing to do what he's done. He's came into a team that the confidence was, this team were on their knees. They were just above the relegation zone. Couldn't they buy a win away from home? And now we are suddenly we're on we've won 5 in a row. Do you know what I mean? Going to Cordoba and winning away from home. Going to Albacete and winning away from home. These are the places that are to be scoffed at. I just think that there's definitely a lot more positives than there is negatives, and I do think that it's these players should be very, very proud of themselves in the way that they've been playing over the past 8-9 games. Very, very impressed with them. I really am.
I'm impressed with
everybody.
I'm very impressed with Doutor.
Yeah,
he's the one who went the biggest change over the last weeks. Doutor is doing.
I agree with you. Yeah.
On Sunday, I thought he was excellent on Sunday.
Yeah.
And it was like a dual role. He was marking their pivot, so their pivot couldn't come forward and making the midfield basically giving the room for Daniel Lorenzo to move into and dictate the play. But he was also helping out at the back as well. You know, when Daniel Lorenzo was going left to the left touchline and playing out there, Doutor sat in as well. You know, switching with Ian Marino and playing in front, and he sort of played that 10 role previously in the last couple of weeks. But for him to come back in as well and help out defensively, I thought he was all over the place. I thought he was brilliant.
Yeah,
he's another one though, Daniel Lorenzo, like you said weeks ago. Like you called it out, you know, right basically before Funes came in, and look at just like his shift. It's like he's new Paul Henihan was talking, and he was clearly listening, because since he's came in, that's another guy who's been just given more freedom to express himself. Like I think guys like La Rubia have, because we've seen a big improvement in him, not just going forward, but I think defensively, like me and Chris spoke about it last week, just his attitude to like going back the way and wanting to work. And he's now got a good connection with Puga. And I just feel that these guys are now brimming with confidence. And that's, confidence in a football team's it's a very, very, very scary thing when it's, it's like lightning in a bottle. They're taking off now. Won 5 games in a row. In the playoff spots now, 5 or 6 points off of the, top spot. We never have thought that 5, 6 weeks ago.
Well, that 5 wins in a row, you're just saying there, Callum. It's the first time we've done that since 2011 under Pellegrini. I mean, it's clear that there's been a complete shift between Pellicer and Funes. And we're going to talk about what do you think the changes are. For me, the most, I suppose, obvious change is that when Pellicer was in, he didn't know he was going to be playing each week. He would chop and change the team. I think he's found his preferred 11 boys there, and they're the first names. Unless he's changing it slightly tactically, like for Nino coming in for Munoz. But that's fine if you've got 1 or 2 boys, and if they're clear on what their roles are when they come in, and if you're changing it tactically. But for me, that's a fundamental change. He's got 11 boys on the park with a couple of other ones that can come in, and he's sticking with that, and that's the way he's playing. Obviously, injuries or the suspensions will play havoc with that if they come to pass. But that initially for me, that's chopping and changing for Pellicer wasn't working, and Funes has got his 11 there. So just over to you two, what you think about that. And
do you want to go, Chris?
Yeah, I think the biggest change maybe is bringing back confidence.
Yeah.
And a style of play, players who know where they are, everybody will make minutes. I think on the Pellicer it became a kind of the usual thing, you know what I mean? And
well, confidence comes from playing, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think confidence, and I think that's what also Funes did was bringing back confidence. And that has been the key to this Malaga. And now, I mean, we have been almost the whole season criticizing Doutor. What a bad signing! And look at him now. It seemed to work, but it's also something that not every manager or new manager can do.
Yeah,
I think Malaga got lucky, and I also think Funes got lucky. Because you can't tell me that maybe Funes had a plan, but that he was sure this was going to work.
I mean, he's got to get his ideas across to the players, doesn't he? Yeah. As well. And how long does that take? But yeah. Callum, what's your thoughts?
Yeah.
It took a week.
Yeah. I just think that under Pellicer, it would clearly, I don't know if it was just being, something they say like overcoached. I just think there was just maybe too many. Obviously, the rotation was a big problem. When you've got injuries, that's bad enough. But when you're continually changing the squad and, you didn't get any consistency. What Funes has found, he's found consistency. He's found the 11 guys that he knows he can rely on, that when he plays that system, he knows that they're the best 11 to carry out the job in that system. Now he's also got the same guys, like what he's done with Aaron Ochoa. Aaron Ochoa's now probably had more minutes in the last 8 games that Funes has came in than he ever did under Pellicer. I think also Funes has brought in, he's brought in the youth team coach mentality. He knows he's got a group of young guys. Yeah, there's a couple of older guys in there, but I think he's brought that sort of youth team mentality, that coaching style that these young players are adapting to. He's given them a freedom within the formations that he plays. You can see that the press in, the Daniel Lorenzo, how much freedom he's playing with. Chupe looks like a new player under Funes. The defenders, like we always, the defensive structure wasn't bad under Pellicer, but I felt that was more emphasised under Pellicer than actually attacking and going to win the game. But what you're finding under Funes were defensively we're solid, but going the other way, we've got a good press, high intensity. Look at the make the opposition's defence make mistakes, win the ball back high up the pitch. And I just think that I don't think it's just one wee thing. I just think he's brought a whole different freshness to the squad. Like Chris says, different films each week. Just bringing a different approach. He's got a group of young guys. He's gave them confidence. He's given them a freedom to express themselves on the park. And you can see that. And then when he's making substitutions, they guys are then coming in and filling the guys who they were coming on for. I just think there was too much comfortability under Ferris. These guys knew, it doesn't matter how bad I play, I'm going to be in the team next week. Do you know what I mean? There were certain guys who were comfortable knowing that if they played shite, it doesn't matter because I'm going to be in the team next week anyway. And I feel that if you're no doing what Funes wants, you're not going to play the team like you spoke about Larubia. If you didn't want to do the defensive work, buddy, you're not going to play. And this guy is now doing his defensive work. He's now doing the sort of the dirtier side of a football match. And that's defending, helping your team defend. And I think that he deserves a lot of credit for what he's done to that team, because he gave that team massive badge of confidence.
No, absolutely.
I'm very impressed, Roy. I'm sorry, guys. Manager, the squad, the staff. I didn't want to leave anybody out because the task that they had when they came in was, I don't think anybody should be turning their eyes up at that. Because that team, they weren't there, but a confident bunch of boys. They weren't.
Yeah. No, I mean, for me, I think if you probably covered it there, there's what he's changed is the high press, the high intensity, the hard work, and hassling and harrying all over the pitch. And as you say, Carl, making them make mistakes. But it's the hard work as well, because we spoke about this when Payser was still there. Me and you, Carl, about Lurbia, not tracking back and not doing the dirty work. But that's happening now. And this, I think, this is a conversation me and Chris had actually. When Chris was laughing and joking when he heard the
Was that the night we got drunk?
Sorry?
Was that the night we got drunk?
No. This was
every night user together. Every night user together does nothing drunk. That's what it is.
When Funes came in and when he had the press conference and he said they only played half a game.
Yeah.
And I'd said at that point in time, because the second half of that started to look like the high intensity, the high press. They didn't have the fitness to do that full game. So I think that's why I was joking with Chris. Well, if they're going to play half a game, make sure it's contain it, don't lose it in the first half, and then play the high intensity, high press in the second half. And from what I've seen, that's exactly what he's wanting to do. He's wanting that high press, and I don't think they had the fitness when he came in to do that. And I thought I think this is where he's getting to now. He's got them fit enough to be able to do that for the majority of the game. I mean, substitutions, he took off Nino in the 73rd minute, but the rest of the substitutions at the weekend were 85, 86.
Yeah, they were.
The players were still running. They looked a bit tired. He could have made a substitution maybe before that, but they were still competing. And I think
it's fun to look at Malaga again and to record the podcast again. I mean, I'm sitting here for 6 years. Well, not at this place. I switched countries in between, and a few houses in between. But I can't remember in 6 seasons that it was so much fun to watch Malaga.
Yeah.
Not even in the season we got promoted back to Segunda.
Yeah, because that was pretty. Yeah, some of those games weren't great. When we got there by the skin of our teeth.
Yeah. You flagged up a little bit early on, Chris. It was you that sort of first pointed it out. And that's when me and Paul were on about, look, you were saying, remember, you said that. You said there's games that he's playing, and for large periods of the game, you actually don't see him. But now it's like, if he's no doing it in an attacking it, he's now doing it back to the, you're noticing the work going back to him. But if he wasn't attacking or he wasn't getting the ball going forward, like you say, you wouldn't even know he was on the pitch half the time. You'd be like, when did they bring him on? Yeah. Because he was totally missing. And I just think that's what it is. It's just that change in attitude to want to work for your team, want to work hard, want to defend, knowing that at the end of that, you're going to get to go forward. And I think he didn't want to do that. He just wanted to stand on the halfway line. He wanted his full back to do all he's got to work for him. And then when we get it, give the ball to me. Because I don't know what to run back. But when you get it, can you give me it? And I think that's the attitude. Like I'm saying, with the attitude change, everybody's mucking in. he's winning tackles for himself, for the team. And I think that's the mentality change. I think there's been a massive shift in the mentality here. And like you say, Chris, it's enjoyable to come on here every week and praise the players, praise the manager, talk about how good the goals were. You know, how many they missed or how many bloody last minute goals did we give away. You know, that was the kind of podcast we were having previous week, but we're enjoying coming on here and talking about stuff and looking at the way that he tactics are and looking at how he's getting the best out of these players. I'm definitely enjoying it because it's good to actually have an insight into what's changing.
I mean, footballers get nicknames, right?
Yes.
And we have a player which is a talent who was playing last season in Atletico Malagueño,
Yes.
who is dominating maybe the whole wing. And his name is Rafita. And I thought maybe we can think of a new nickname. So I came up with Robito. Like as in robot.
Right.
Because he's unstoppable. And to think as well that going back a few weeks, Funes was wanting to put him back into Malagueño as well.
Yeah.
He said, well, no, he'll be going back and we'll stick with Victor and Puga and Joaquin and Dari Sanchez. And Rafita's he's not going to feature. And then, I mean, that was what, maybe about 6 weeks ago. And then look at
Do you know how that's a bit of like good management? Sort of threatening, gets a reaction for the guy, and the guy's been the best player in the team for the past 2-3 weeks. Do you know what I mean, Chris?
Threatening with what? You could say that to Victor or to any other player, but I mean, since he joined the first team, the guy is a robot.
Yeah, I just think sometimes, you know, with younger guys, I think managers like to keep them on their toes. But that's the only thing I could think of. Why else would he be saying that? Because clearly he's the last person that you're sending anywhere. Why would you want to send them to them? They're getting scalped every week.
Yeah.
No offence, but they are getting, you know, probably because half of the good players are already in the first team. But why on earth would you send somebody like that down there to get his confidence battered, getting beat every Friday night? Do you know what I mean? That would make no sense to me. That's just killing a player's career. But as I say, he kept him where he is, which is good. And like you say, Chris, he's like a robot up and down that left. He just loved playing. You can just tell he loved playing football.
He's Robito.
Robito.
Yes. Robito.
We'll just refer to him from now on as that then.
Thank God, because that looked you were expecting me and Paul to come up with a nickname as well, because
No.
I had nothing for you, mate. I had nothing for you.
No, he throws these things in left of field without giving us any chance to think about them.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you think we also have to talk a bit about the Moroccan the final of the Africa Cup in Morocco?
Oh, that was crazy.
That was
The
insane.
ball boys were fighting. The ball boys were fighting with the sub goalie for a towel. They were on the ground. They were rolling about on the ground trying to get the towel. And fair play, the guy never let it go.
They'd been doing that all tournament. They'd be taking the goalkeepers, the opposition goalkeepers' towels and throwing them over the hoardings and taking them away, so the keeper couldn't use them. So that was why the Senegal sub-keeper was there to look after it.
Yeah.
It was,
when you look at the images, even security trying to get the towel away, players throwing the towel away.
I don't know if you guys read, but I seen something like they were trying to accuse Mendy having something on the towel. Like, I don't know, like what like you had crack cocaine on the towel, and he was rubbing it in his face, and he was getting all these like what is it? They said about like practicing voodoo or something. There was some ridiculous accusation that they were practicing voodoo, and he was rubbing the towel on his face, and he was getting these superpowers. It was like
those white painted guys, you know, from Senegal. I saw them throwing chairs, and then the Senegalese team went inside for 11 minutes because they didn't agree with the penalty.
So I don't know if you agree. Do you think Mendy's went in? They went, right, let's go in. He's went in at that break and he'd been watching videos and DRS taking penalties.
No, he rubbed that towel on his face. That would give him superpower to save the penalty.
But
he didn't have to move, did he?
How did you know?
I didn't expect those things. Maybe from the Africa Cup, yes, but not from a hosting country like Morocco.
No. The African nations, there's always something going on, Chris. There's always something with the African nations have never just done. Remember the Togo a few years ago, the Togo team bus like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
they just opened fire and there was like five players, but it's insane.
Yeah,
I don't know. I find it a bit crazy. Do we have news, Paul?
Well, I was just going to say that just to cover that off there, obviously the win against Cordoba at the weekend takes us into the playoff spots. But that's all we're going to say about that. We'll leave that there. We're not talking about that at the moment. Just before anybody gets carried away.
Until the last match day of the season, we won't talk about playoffs.
I'm dying to talk about it.
Well, we'll leave that for near or the end of the season.
Last game of the season.
Yeah.
On to the news then, Chris. Yeah. I think you'd highlighted today that there was reports of Carlos Puga about to sign a new contract. 2 years with an option for a third year. You spotted that one.
Yeah, direct radio.
Yeah. And I think
let's not forget to mention everyone who has a rumor.
Well, yeah, I was going to say
we have to sit on a naughty bench.
Yeah. Now, talking about new signings, there was reports of 2 new signings in January, but that's 2 new signings the way the Spanish press like to frame it, because Darko Brasinac and Ramon are back in training. So the way they frame that is that's 2 new signings in January for Malaga, because these guys have been out for so long. Now, on the Ramon front, we'll obviously hold our breath on that one, because he's been out with so many injuries over the past couple of years. We're not sure if he's coming back in. We'll take it easy on him, and we'll see if he makes it into the first team.
Like they're doing with Haitam.
Sorry?
Like they're doing with Haitam.
Absolutely. And that's the right thing to do, isn't it? He's still a young guy as well. So to give him the time, not reading the papers and putting pressure on him as a new signing in January. But Chris, you spotted another one, which I spotted as well. Do you want to take us through that one?
Well, I don't know much about it, but it's a Portuguese guy.
He's Brazilian.
Brazilian.
Yeah, playing in Portugal.
Oh, he's a Brazilian playing in Portugal, and it comes from the Portuguese press. So we don't know how trustful this rumor is. Let's start with that. But his name is Gustavo Asensio. I mean, I know a few Asensios. It's a pretty good football name to have, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's everything I know about him.
Yeah.
I think he's a midfielder as well, isn't he? He's a midfielder.
Yeah, he did play for. He's a holding midfielder.
Right.
He played for Famalicão, but he plays for AVS now.
Right. And are they like a Portuguese Premier League, or are they a Premier team?
They're second division, but I think they're top of the second division.
Right, got you.
But yeah, he's a holding. Well, according to reports, he's a holding midfielder, and this is where it contradicts a bit with the news that Brasinac is back in training, because we're going to be bringing him in to cover that area with Brasinac and Luismi being out.
Yeah.
Now, for me, do we actually? Brasinac's out, Luismi's out. Do we actually need anybody in there? I think he's doing a fantastic job.
I think we have that spot pretty well.
I agree. Marino's went in there.
I mean, Asensio is a very sexy name.
So we're signing them on that basis.
Yeah. Yeah, the more the merrier. I would love to get a Malaga shirt with Asensio on it.
It costs you a fortune. It costs you a fortune if you pay by individual letter, don't you?
Letter.
And then if he's a 2-digit number, then you'd be talking your jersey will be about.
I would like a sign. Can I have your shirt?
But you could do that, because you could just go and say, "Give me your shirt."
No,
but other people would have to buy it.
No, you can't.
Well, you could go to the shop and get them to put that on the back of it, Chris. But you might never play for Malaga.
I think if you spoke to the club nicely, I'm sure they would maybe be able to get you a jersey with his name on it.
My wife has a pretty good handwriting. She could do that with like
A marker,
a white marker.
the Sharpie. Well, there you go. Save you a bit of money.
I'm fully expecting to be wearing that in 2 weeks' time at Bar Hermanos Madrid.
Yeah, he has to sign first.
But, yeah, well, no, you like the name.
Yeah,
You've got a good name as well, because Marquez is that's a proper footballer's name as well.
No, but
You know what I mean?
is this the place the place on the pitch we need reinforcement?
I wouldn't say so.
Is there a place we need reinforcement?
No.
Maybe on La Rubia's side, because what if something happens to La Rubia?
Yeah. Well, they've got the young Moroccan guy you just mentioned as Icon.
Yeah.
But obviously, I don't think he's obviously really in the picture right now, isn't he? So,
Yeah,
like you say, because that would be a position that you would maybe look for.
You can't really count on him because he comes from 3 long injuries.
Yeah.
Aaron Ochoa, can he play out wide, or is he more like central or a striker? Is he more like a central player? Could he maybe do a job out there? As cover? I don't know.
He's been playing wide, is more left-sided, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. So on the left, you've got Wacky, Lobete. I wouldn't say that.
We're quite covered on the left, aren't we? We've got
Lobete
to that side.
And then on the centre, we've got plenty. You know, because you've got Rafita in there as well. No, Rafita.
Robita, you mean?
Yes, Robito.
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 Yeah.
But no, as I say, I agree with you. I don't think it's a position that they. But if you're looking to spend money, you're not looking to spend money in a position where you've got plenty cover. Because Malaga, it's not like we've got a lot. So if you're going to spend anything, you're going to spend it wisely. And I don't think it would be.
You've also got Warpe that's come back from injury as well. He could play there.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
And he was playing really well before he got injured.
Yeah, but is he better than Dotor?
We've got the cover.
Silly questions we can ask now to each other. Things that we would never thought we were going to ask. Is Dotor better than Juanpe?
Yeah. And then, you know who was left out? Rafa Rodriguez. He is another player that plays centrally.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So I think we can look at this one as a long shot rumour, guys. Aston South isn't coming, Chris.
You're not getting that shirt, Chris.
Unfortunately.
I'm getting Aston South on my back.
You'll need to get Totor, mate. You'll need to get Totor on the back.
Oh, well.
Yeah. I will put a C in it as well and make it Doctor.
Okay.
The Doctor.
So I think that's a news cover. I don't think we've got anything else, do we, Chris?
I have nothing. No more news. No news is good news.
Well,
correct.
Yeah. Unless you're getting rubbish like that.
Well said, Mr. Marquez.
Just to go over the other results of the other teams at the weekend, Atletico Malagueño finally managed to win a game.
Yeah.
They beat Extremadura 2-1 at home. They were 1-0 down. Extremadura got a guy sent off in the 84th minute. And then Ruben Sanchez scored twice in 6 minutes, or 4 minutes as it was, to get a victory for them. So I think that's only their second win of the season.
That's good for the morale. And
that's absolutely, yeah. And I mean, I think they only got promoted last season from Tercera into the Segunda Federación. So it's a big step up for these guys, you know.
You miss Rafita, who has been very important for them.
We've got a lot of their guys in the first team. Do you know what I mean?
And they miss Recio, so they missed 3 players comparing to last season. Recio, Chupe, and Robito.
And Rafa as well.
Yeah, Rafa. Yeah, but Rafa was more. Yeah.
He was in and out. He was
in and out. But he played the last match of the season in La Rosaleda, Rafa.
Yeah.
And so did Chupe.
Yeah. I thought the Malaga Femenino team drew 3-3 against Getafe at the weekend.
It's not a loss.
Sorry?
It's not a loss, but it hurts.
Well, I mean, they're only 1 point behind second place Huelva. They've got them at the weekend, and they're on an 8-game unbeaten run. They won 7 on the run, and they drew that one at the weekend. So they're doing all right.
It's not a loss, but I mean, it could have been 8 matches in a row without losing any points.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, Chris.
I mean, when streaks come to an end, it hurts.
Yeah, it does.
For the people who played Call of Duty once in their life, know that when a streak ends, it hurts.
You're a big gamer, Chris, are you?
In the past, since I've been a father, I had to give up
Time's limited.
gaming and everything, all the beautiful things life has to bring. I gave up once I became a dad.
Put to the side.
Yeah. But I mean, you also have a daughter, and she is now at the age that you can get back to all the things you ever liked.
I could do, yeah. And I do. She's 21 now, so it's
yeah.
Job done.
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
Job done. Oh. Yep. So many years to go.
Back to traveling in Malaga every other week to watch Malaga. Okay, so that's the other teams. Now, Friday night, La Rosaleda.
It's Friday night and Saturday, Sunday, what? It's Friday night and Saturday, Sunday, what?
That was the last time Chris was in a nightclub when that was on.
Yeah, a bit of a shitty Friday night football match.
Friday night's fine.
Yeah, I finished my work at 6.
Straight to the football.
To La Rosaleda, get there at 7. What time do we play? 9?
9, yeah.
Oh, then I have still 2 hours to drink beer.
That's plenty of time, yeah. Yep. So Burgos, currently 7th in the league on the same points as us. They're only behind us on goals scored. Goal difference is exactly the same. Their form of late, they've won the last 2 games against Huesca and Eibar, but they lost to Cordoba the week before that. In the last 8, they've won 3, drawn 1 and lost 4. They normally set up as a 4-4-2, but reverted to a 3-5-2 in the other game. The one was against Almeria a few weeks ago, which was the other one that they had out of the 8. Defensively, quite solid from what I've seen. They like to attack quickly in transition and use the wings to good effect, which may be a problem for us, but we've defended it quite well across the last couple of weeks, so that's quite good. Their goals are mainly scored by Fernandinho and David Gonzalez, but the good news for Malaga is Fernandinho got sent off at the weekend, so he's not playing. So that only leaves them with David Gonzalez as their scorer, and obviously they'll have to bring somebody else in to replace him. Now, whether they play another one up front or not, I don't know. Now, I've watched them a couple of times recently against Cordoba. They were absolutely terrible defensively. And they've only beat Eibar not last week, the week before, because of a defensive mix-up. 3 Eibar defenders went for the same ball on the halfway line and left it. And I think it was Gonzalez ran through and scored. But looking at their form, other than Cordoba, they've lost against Albacete, Ceuta and Racing, and they only managed to draw against Zaragoza. So the points that they've got recently, other than Almeria, who were on a pretty bit of a bad run there because we beat them as well, although they're still up there. They've not really performed against the teams at the top end of the table. So for me, I think we're well within our rights to think we'll go there on Friday night, and with the fans behind us, expecting another 3 points. Chris, you know anything about them? Have you seen them recently?
I know it's cold there now at the moment.
Yes, yeah.
Very cold. It's always a difficult team to play against.
Yes.
Yeah, you already alluded to Fernandinho not playing. We can talk a bit about their manager, Ramis.
Yeah.
I mean, 61 matches, 26 wins, 14 draws, 21 loses. I think Ramis is a big name in Segunda.
Yeah, he is, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's all pretty much I know about them. Oh, they have Curro Sanchez.
Yeah.
Yes, they do, yeah.
You know,
Centre half, yeah. He scored a few goals, I think, from set plays and stuff. Yeah.
I mean, they have a pretty good team. I mean, you can take Fernandinho away, but they have Curo Sanchez. Let me see, Victor Mollejo.
He's not been playing recently. He's been coming off the bench.
But he's always a player
He's got less hair. He's got less hair than me and Callum combined.
Who does? Malaga.
Yeah.
He does that. He's not got a spotty hair on his head.
No.
He has the same haircut as that former Italian referee.
Oh,
Colina,
that's the one.
But going through that team, I mean, they have a pretty good team, and Mollejo is a pretty good player.
Yeah.
I just find them. I don't know if you guys agree, but I just don't find them your typical sort of Spanish. They're quite direct.
Yeah.
Two big guys up front. They get the ball out wide. They get balls in the box. The big guys hold the ball well. It's no usual what you see for Spanish teams. Spanish teams. I'm not saying they don't have technical players. Obviously, we've just spoke about one there, Malaga, but I just feel they like to get the ball back to front as quick as they can. Get balls in the box, like you see the white players, Miguel and Gonzalez. They're obviously guys who are providing goals and assists. And obviously Nino. I remember Fernandinho because he was, am I right or wrong? He was a Villarreal player at one point, wasn't he? When he was a young guy coming through. I'm sure I've seen him coming through at Villarreal. That's where I first seen him.
The one who will be playing as a striker, I think, will be Curo Sanchez.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
I think we are sure he will play there. I think we will probably look at their goalkeeper will be Ander Cantero, and they will probably play with Aitor Córdoba, Miguel Sierra, Visancos. That will probably be their defense, and on the midfield we will probably see Altenza Gonzalez, Sergio Gonzalez, and David Gonzalez, Ivan Morante, and Kevin Appin.
I do think this will be a game, guys, where we need to be diligent on like we spoke about before, the crosses into the box.
Yeah.
Not letting them get in behind the fullbacks and making sure we're stopping crosses at source. Because this team will put balls in the box, that's for sure. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but the last time we played them, I'm pretty sure it could have been, I think, did they beat us 2-1? Yes, they beat us 2-1.
Yeah, they did,
and I'm sure that was one of the games where I think cross balls were an issue.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
I think, I could be wrong, but I'm thinking it just rings a bell that it was one of the games that we were on about. You know, we spoke about it a few times, Paul, about just like no defending crosses properly, whether it's not stopping them at source or when the balls come in the box.
When it's coming in,
just free runners. So I think we need to be diligent in that. But apart from that, I think that we're going, obviously being at home here, we've got to be confident. I think we're more than capable of winning this game if we play the way we've been playing.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
They definitely have, obviously, their strengths, but I just think that we're more than capable of getting 3 points here. Then we'll have Mr. Marquez in the stands to cheer the boys on.
Yep.
I mean, I don't think they will travel with a lot of fans.
Not for a Friday night, no.
No. So
how far is the travel for them, Chris? How far a travel is it for Burgos to go to Malaga?
Fair distance.
5 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
It also depends on how you're traveling.
Right.
I mean, are you going by airplane, boat?
Boat.
Canoe?
On a trailer on the back of a bus.
Or by train.
Maybe one of the tourist boats that you see. You know, the ones with the coral and the seashells on the side of them. I mean,
Or maybe you come hiking towards Malaga. I don't know. I mean, how many options are there?
If they're going to go hitchhiking, then they should have left last week.
We didn't have that problem, Chris. Like, Scotland's that small that we never ever have to fly to watch any other team play any game.
Maybe in a Zeppelin. I don't know.
What's that?
I mean, in the car is already different than with the bus, and I mean there are trains. I mean, I know Spain looks like the Africa Cup, but we have some Spanish enclaves on the other side of the sea, but we have everything here. Helicopter,
yeah.
No, put it in the name.
There's still that plan of helicopter, Paul.
There is still that plan, yes.
Yeah. This season?
Well, it was for Malaga, wasn't it?
No, it was for Ceuta.
Was it for Ceuta, was it? Well, possibly in May then, yeah.
We have to think about it.
Yes.
Do you own a helicopter? And are you listening to this podcast? And have you ever wanted to fly from Malaga to Ceuta? You can take
drop the boys off.
I mean, or you're flying over Ceuta, or I don't know, maybe you're going to visit your family in Ghana or Nigeria, and you want to drop us off without a parachute. So you would have to land in a Ceuta, not jumping out of a helicopter. Send us a message. Or if you have a helicopter and you can't that day, then you can lend it out to us, and Paul will fly.
Oh. Yeah.
If the 5 minutes, Paul will take over the pilot and then the helicopter.
We'll just take a rubber boat. I mean, we just have to cross the sea. Don't worry.
Yes. Dead easy. Right, Chris, do you want to do the strips?
Yes, we're going to do the kits. Okay, let's start with the home shirt.
Plain, quite tidy. I like that. I like the neck, I like the collar.
I don't like I like the collar. I don't like the thing in the I mean, it's a very 80s, very 90s. The shirt is very 90s. But then they add that 40s, 50s piece there just under the neck. You see what I mean with the... That's what I don't like.
I like that.
It's not about, I didn't mind it. I didn't hate it, but I wouldn't. It's not my first choice of script. I wouldn't be rushing to put it on.
It's not for me. It's not the ones, but obviously it's meant to replicate ties. You know, the laces, because it doesn't have that, and it's got the. I think that looks quite nice. I like that.
Everybody's going to, like, you know, it doesn't matter if you like it or not. That's, you know, that's your opinion, Paul. It's, you know,
yeah.
And it isn't, don't get me wrong, it's not a bad script. I just think it's one of the ones that it wouldn't bother me if I never wore it, but if I had to wear it, it wouldn't bother me either.
I mean, the rest of the kit is very 90s, and those lace are very 60s, 50s.
Yeah. Sometimes less is more with football strips, you not think? Yeah. You know, sometimes when they try to put too much like design in the background and different stuff, I think sort of less is more. And this is definitely less is more.
Yeah, if they would have made that triangle white like the rest of the shirt, it would remind me of, and you might not understand it, of a Manchester United shirt kit.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, the one with the laces.
Then I see United, but 90s United, and the laces is on a very beautiful 90s kit. You want to add something from the 50s? It doesn't make sense to me.
Uh-huh.
Like Paul says, though, I think it's obviously got something to do with like crossing ties. There's obviously some kind of thing that there's a reason that's obviously a connection with that, with their team, that they maybe put that in there. Otherwise, why would it be on? Like, is it on all the Macron strips? You know what I mean? We need to see if it's actually a feature on other ones. If not, then it's maybe just a thing personal to them.
And I mean, what is the use of them?
I don't
I
think
mean,
it's, yeah, it's just,
Yeah.
I think it's a design, Chris.
That's it,
It's
yeah, that's
always just for design.
Never mind. On to the next one, Chris. Come on.
on to the next one.
Sorry on that one.
Which one is the second one?
The black one, I think.
Is there a black one?
That's the one. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that's the second one, I think.
I don't mind that. That's quite nice.
Yeah, it's all right.
I'm
Yeah.
not too sure. I'm not too sure about the yellow. Maybe if they had that white,
I don't mind.
the same colour as the sponsor.
I like because when you have your arms, because now it falls down, it makes the arrow to the penis.
Yeah,
And I mean,
this is where you go. This is where it is. Come and say hello.
every arrow that goes to the penis, I think is good.
Personal
I'm not
preference,
going to
Chris.
argue with that. I'm not going to argue with that. And you know what, Chris? It's a luminous. So
Yeah.
even if you're in the dark, they can still see where the arrows are telling you to go. So
I mean,
there you go.
to highlight the penis sometimes. I think men clothes are usually not in like made for showing the parts, you know. For women, you have all these
Yeah.
shirts
Low
which,
cut.
you know what I mean?
Yes.
Where you see bits.
I'm not
And-
entirely sure football strips are designed for that purpose, to be fair.
Well, but and tight pants and skinny jeans for women, you know.
We have to admit, football players,
Always get to
the
show.
shorts are getting tighter.
No,
Football
yeah,
players' shorts are getting tighter. The strips are tighter.
and I think there's nothing wrong. I think it's good for women to be able to dress how they want and to show the parts if they want to show or highlight the parts they want to highlight because they're proud of them. I support that. I'm all for that. But I think we men, we never do that. And I think men also should be able to highlight the parts. So I think Burgos is an example.
Okay.
Firmino highlighting his parts.
Not this weekend.
No, this weekend. For the stands.
Yeah. Right, third strip, Chris. That took
Yeah.
a turn that I wasn't expecting. Oh, God, that's got an arrow on it as well.
Oh, God. And it's in the middle now. Marquez is bloody. That's your fault, Marquez. You've done it now.
Yeah,
Are
this
you
is the
sure these are the Cordoba kits?
That's why he wanted to do the kits this week. This is why he was adamant. We're doing the kits.
this is to point out the belly.
The belly, right, okay.
Belly, the belly or the belly? Right.
Yeah, the belly button. I mean, it's
Belly
not
believe you, Chris.
everything is about the penis. I hope they have socks that make an arrow up to the ass, you know, to highlight that as well.
It just seems a very direct, like, you know, V shape, very central towards the. That's
Then-
probably, yeah.
No, but also this one is very Manchester United, I think. But it's a bit boring.
That is a bit boring, yeah.
So, Tiff, do you like them because of these arrows and where they're telling you to go? Is that like the reason why you like
No,
these strips so much?
I don't like this third one.
Right, that's good.
I like this one a bit better.
Yes, yeah.
But I
Yeah.
also think that the dark blue at the front, it looks a bit weird compared to the other blue.
Yeah, and it's like the weird shapes as well, isn't it?
Yeah. So no,
But
it's
then
not-
again, it maybe matches a pattern with the shorts.
this would be my winner.
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay, we'll go with that. You two have outvoted me. We'll go with that. Home run wins.
But keep the arrows. And if you are a man and you want to wear a crop top or a hot pants or high heels, good for you. You
And
should.
Burgos, if you want to add arrows to the home kit for Chris,
It's
do it.
it's to show your manly body.
Yes.
It's not always women. It's not only the privilege for women to wear hot pants or crop tops or show parts of their body.
Men, be proud of what you have.
Yes, and
Yes.
show it. That is my message for today.
I love it, Chris.
Yeah.
I really do.
Excellent.
A good positive message you sent out there. I like that.
Yeah.
Right, Chris, over to you for the last part.
Yes, because we also have a cultural thing.
Where are you taking us this week?
Oh,
Where are we going?
I'm taking you to a tajo. You know what a tajo is?
No idea.
A
I'll find
tajo.
out.
I don't know what the English word is. Wait a second.
Is it a builder?
I'll come to you. A tajo is a ravine, a deep
All right,
canyon.
yeah.
George.
All right.
So for that, we have to go to Ronda. When the old bridge of Ronda collapsed in 1735, taking dozens of lives with it, the city was left divided by the deep gorge of El Tajo. For years, people crossed by dangerous paths until in 1751, a determined architect named Martin de Alduela stood at the edge of the abyss and promised Ronda a bridge that would never fall. Stone by stone, carried from the very walls of the gorge, workers labored under the sun, the wind, and the weight of doubt. Decades passed, children grew up into adults, and adults into elders, while the bridge slowly rose from the rock like a fortress, carved by time itself. After 42 years of work, in 1793, the Puente Nuevo finally stood complete, nearly 100 meters high, bold, massive, and unmovable. It did more than connect two halves of the city. It reunited families, restored trade, and gave Ronda a symbol of endurance. Today, when travelers pass at its edge and look down into the gorge, they are not just seeing stone and shadow, they are standing on centuries of courage, patience, and the unbreakable will of a city. Ever been to Ronda, guys?
No.
Yes, I have.
If you take that bridge away,
It's a long way down and a long way back up again.
you have a serious problem.
Absolutely, yes.
But I
Lovely.
never.
It's lovely to stand on and look out, but yes, it is.
I think it's the most famous bridge for sure, but also one of the most famous pictures from the province of Malaga.
Yeah.
And I never knew that the old bridge broke down.
No, I didn't know that either. No.
So interesting story.
Yeah.
Paul, it's up to you. You are the one hosting. You can finish it off.
I was going away to finish off. I was just going to say thank you for that, Chris.
That was amazing, Chris. Well done. Again, good work.
So I think that brings us to the end of this week's podcast. I'd like to say thank you to my fellow hosts tonight. Callum, thanks for being there again.
Pablo, Peace Bilbao. Pleasure as always. Vamos, Malaga.
Chris, thank you for coming along after not feeling too well and making your appearance. Always a pleasure. And bringing the cultural element again tonight.
Yes. Next week, it's somebody else's turn to do the cultural bit, by the way.
And your unique vision on the Burgos jerseys.
Yes.
That was very good. I like
very
that.
unique. Yes. Thank you,
Yes.
Chris. And
Very impressed.
Thanks again, guys.
Legend, Pablo.
See you all again next week. And obviously leave you with Vamos Malaga. Adios.